Hello, I'm Ahil Khan, and I'm the chairwoman of the board of Women in Toys, Licensing, and Entertainment. Welcome to our continuing Amazon education series. At WIT, we're constantly striving to give our members the tools and knowledge they need to succeed and seize new business opportunities and thrive. We're excited to bring this educational series to our members in collaboration with Amazon, one that promises to be a game changer for small business owners. Today, it's my pleasure to welcome Priyal Dalal, Senior Manager, Black Business Accelerator. Priyal leads the financial arm of Amazon's Black Business Accelerator, where she works to combat inequity by increasing access to capital and education for entrepreneurs of color. She's joining us today to share insights into Amazon's Black Business Accelerator and how it's empowering Black-owned businesses to thrive in e-commerce spaces. Priyal, can you tell me about Amazon's Black Business Accelerator, what you were doing before, and how you came to support this initiative at Amazon?
Yes, absolutely. First, let me just say what a pleasure it is to be here today with the WIT community and with you, Ahi. Um, I will start with just, what I was doing before and then jump into Black Business Accelerator. And so I've really dedicated my career to supporting initiatives and organizations that open access to opportunity for under-resourced communities. I'm the child of immigrants. My parents came to this country with nothing, with $8 in their pocket. And I think if were it not for the opportunities that they had and the education, I would not be here with you all today. And so that's really been, for me, really important to continue that legacy. Prior to Amazon, I launched an MBA course and loan fund through the University of Washington that really focused on increasing access to capital for minority-owned businesses. And it was the first of its kind where MBA students were really getting in the communities that they were part of and sitting down and giving business advice and consulting support and making sure that the businesses were able to get loan financing. Before that, I also worked in domestic microfinance in New York City, and so really providing small business loans and education to low to moderate income entrepreneurs. And I've worked also in youth leadership development. So that's just a little bit about me. When I heard that the Black Business Accelerator is launching at Amazon, I absolutely had to be involved. And so I joined right at launch. And let me tell you now about Black Business Accelerator. So here are a few things that we know. Black-owned businesses have less access to traditional methods of capital, mentorship, and direct business support. Black entrepreneurs are significantly underrepresented in retail and have been disproportionately affected by the pandemic. Here's a stat that I just thought would be really relevant to share. We saw from the Small Business Credit Survey that Black-owned firms that apply for traditional business loans were least likely to receive the loans of all the financing they sought when compared with white, Asian, and Hispanic-owned businesses. And we know this trend persists even among Black businesses with good credit scores. So it's really imperative that we launch an initiative like this. In 2021, Amazon committed $150 million over 4 years to empower Black-owned businesses to overcome these obstacles through the launch of the Black Business Accelerator, and I'll also call it BBA. We developed the accelerator with careful guidance from advisors, directly in the community, partners, and mentors. BBA is really dedicated to helping build sustainable growth for Black-owned businesses by explicitly targeting the barriers that some of them I mentioned before, really around access, opportunity, and advancement. So we provide eligible businesses, or we call them selling partners at Amazon, so I might interchangeably say that, and access to a suite of benefits and tailored resources designed to meet the unique needs of this community. We also ensure diversity of products are available to customers who are interested in specifically supporting products sold by Black-owned businesses, or really just interested in getting the best products available, period.
That's fascinating. And it's particularly interesting how you worked with stakeholders and Black business owners to develop the program. So I'm sure participants can glean, can actually have access to specific tools that they need. So sounds like you've worked with the community to do it. And also as a consumer, yes, again, I've definitely seen those badges when I'm shopping on Amazon, and that's something that's really appreciated. It's good to know. So just turning specifically, what are some of the things that a participant in the program gains access to?
Yeah. So we believe the success of our accelerator really lies in the pairing of right-sized benefits. So what does this mean? When I'll tackle like the pairing, it's really thinking about how do we provide holistic support. So it's not just providing advisory support or mentoring, but how do they all work together? Mentoring, advisory support, education, capital all together. And then really the right size benefits. And so meeting our sellers where they're at, not giving them, marketing advice or support if they're just looking to get launched onto Amazon. So really figuring out when the right timing is really important and then what kind of support that looks like. So we do this in really like three key ways. We provide financial assistance, business and education coaching, and marketing and advisory, kind of advertising support. So the financial assistance, we provide financial assistance really to directly address kind of these societal barriers that we talked about due to lack of access to capital. So, when you start, you get a $500 credit to offset some of fees that are incurred, advertising credits, free imaging services, cash grants ranging from $5,000 to $25,000 for eligible BBA sellers. And if you're a brand owner and you have a trademark, then you can get up to 3,000 in promotional click credits. And so they're really designed to help brand owners become more discoverable, which is imperative. If you can't get discovered, it's a lot harder. The other piece is the business education and coaching. We provide strategic advisory services through account management and educational programming for Black-owned businesses in all stages of the selling journey. And so really thinking about from incubation all the way to scale. And then finally, we provide marketing and advisory and advertising support. And so really making sure that we have a Black-owned business storefront and making sure we have discoverability enhancements. One of the examples is the badges that you mentioned. Having a small business or Black-owned badge really helps with customers find the store and the brand and the products and be able to shop those. So those are kind of the key areas that we're providing support right now.
Fascinating. And it sounds like the perfect marriage between Amazon's ability to move in economies of scale and addressing the specificities of like small or micro business owners have, and that you talk about right-sized solutions. If you're launching, you don't need an overwhelming marketing budget. Maybe you need some help in just the fundamentals of running your business. And likewise, if you're halfway there, getting a little extra runway, $300 in credits can turn into some real gains. Specifically, can you tell me some of the success stories for participants in this program? I'd love to hear more about it.
My favorite part. One incredible business immediately comes to mind, and that is Lily's of Charleston, who I had the pleasure of meeting just a few weeks ago. Lily's is a family business that makes barbecue hot sauces, spices, and most recently they branched into popcorn. And they're using flavors that are from their ancestors from the coastal South. I can personally attest to the hot sauces and popcorn. Definitely carry a kick.
Yes.
The business started in 1985 in Charleston, where Tracy Richardson, who is the CEO and co-founder, her father owned a restaurant where he introduced his sauces to the customers, and that became the origin of them bottling their sauces and starting to sell those. These sauces are named after their aunt, who represent their tradition of passing down recipes from generation to generation. Their recipes date back to the Gullah culture, which is the name for the people, language, and culture of the coastal regions of South Carolina, Georgia, and the surrounding sea islands. So according to Tracy, the biggest contributors to her success and to Lily's of Charleston's success have been one, really joining BBA, and then really using Fulfillment by Amazon or FBA. In the last year, the company's sales have increased by 156%.
That's incredible. That's a really remarkable statistic. And I encourage people to read more about the Gullah Geechee culture of the southeastern United States. Just incredibly ancient traditions, rich culinary tradition in particular. One of the many slices that of indigenous to America, Americana. fascinating in terms of the recipes that they create, but also taking this business that's been part of a community for decades at this point and scaling it in a way that Amazon and letting it stay authentic to what it is. Because I think that's a worry sometimes, particularly if you're moving in that direction to scale. How can you move in a right-sized way? Like that's incredible. So specifically, what about BBA and FBA helped increase their sales so markedly?
Yeah, so I think through BBA, I'll start with that one. They really were able to build out their brand awareness, and that was like what you're mentioning. It's like, they started in a specific region, and how do you think about scaling? And you need to have that brand awareness. And so they were featured in Amazon lifestyle campaigns. They participated in Amazon Live and other marketing campaigns that they had opportunities to be a part of. They also worked really closely with their BBA account manager, and they who really helped them navigate the obstacles like inventory disruption, which is inevitable. And they were introduced to business or B2B space, which really led them to significant growth opportunities and opened up a space that they hadn't thought about before. And finally, they unlocked a grant, and they were able to access our IP accelerator and brand registry program so that they're able to trademark and protect their brand, which also opens a suite of benefits on Amazon once you are brand registered. So that was the BBA piece. And then I've seen them at events and opportunities to network and meet other businesses. So that's been really powerful for them. But beyond BBA, it was through FBA that they were able to unlock a system that allows independent sellers to have Amazon take on providing the storage, picking, packing, fulfillment, and customer service for their orders. This really helps small businesses provide millions of customers with fast premium shipping that you wouldn't be able to on your own.
Fascinating, absolutely fascinating. In particular, I want people to just underscore that there's this IP protection accelerator or let's call it like a mini launch pad. A lot of the times, trademark in particular, it can be intimidating as a small business owner because even when you work with a legal service, the fees can be significant, the process is long, but trademark out of all the IP opportunities you have when you're working in the e-commerce space is incredibly powerful. So it's really great to learn that Amazon has support for that particular tool in your toolkit. So just to emphasize that. And so, my head is just spinning thinking of these incredible opportunities. So, let's say someone's listening, they're really inspired. How do you get started with BBA?
Yeah, so it's pretty easy to get started. You have to be a seller in the US and have an Amazon professional selling account, which you can go online and get. You have to have a physical product that's ready to promote and sell. And then you have to have a valid minority-owned business registration or certification from a verified certifying body. And so I'll hop into those two. So the first step I mentioned was getting signed up with a professional seller's account. Just head to our website, amazon.com/BBA, and sign up. And once you do, you'll be guided on a path to enroll and engage in BBA. And then I mentioned the certification. We to really identify and kind of make sure that we're working with Black-owned businesses, we require certification. We've partnered with Supplier Gateway to sponsor a 3-year digital certification for eligible Black-owned businesses. And so we wanted to partner with them. We alleviate the monetary burden and we expedite how long it takes to get the certification. It can take less than a day. And so if you don't have a professional selling account, we can guide you through obtaining one. And then you also, because you receive the $500 credits that I mentioned earlier as one of our financial assistance products that will help to also cover costs of professional selling account among other fees.
That's fantastic. And the certification process can be long and there's a lot of paperwork involved, lots of checks. So having any kind of support is something I think people would really appreciate. Relatedly, so you've done the certification, you're in the system. What's next for BBA and other small businesses you support?
Yeah, so what we really think about is how do we make sure that we are helping businesses achieve long-term success? And specifically, minority-owned businesses and small businesses. And so one of the ways that I touched on was the free education resources and tools that we provide. And we really want to, like I said, help businesses at every stage. And so one of the areas that we've built out has been the Amazon Small Business Academy. This was in direct response to small and underserved businesses' desire for better early stage education on how they can be successful launching and then on Amazon. And so it's a suite of free interactive resources to help entrepreneurs from concept launch to beyond. And then we also have been working on our a small business search filter. And so we recently launched this where you can just search on our store, small business, and it will bring you to our small business storefront. And so all year long, we have a dedicated storefront that features small businesses and Black-owned businesses. Another really integral part of building sustainable growth lies in our commitment to increasing discoverability of Black-owned businesses and small businesses. And so to improve the shopping experience and make it easier for customers to find products, we've made huge enhancements to our Black is Remarkable store. So you can go directly from our, front store page and type in Black is Remarkable, or you'll see it on the side panel, and you can shop and learn about the inspiring stories of the business owners. I shared about Lily's of Charleston, but we have so many more. And it's a great way to feature these businesses and also help them with discoverability. We invest significantly in helping our community of nearly 2 million selling partners from all different backgrounds reach hundreds of millions of customers and sell billions of products and grow their businesses. I mentioned a little bit about like the access to capital and what we're really thinking about. We have Amazon Community Lending that's focuses specifically on underserved communities and helping to open up more of that access to credit. And then all year long, we spotlight underserved businesses on Amazon.com/support small. And so definitely check out all of these different areas and let us know what you think.
Thank you so much for your time. I'm sure this is very edifying for me. I'm sure people will get a lot of information out of this. And if you have anything else to share, can you please let our listeners know?
No, I just really appreciate you taking the time to listen. Please check us out. Follow us on Instagram, on Sell on Amazon, and you'll see all the great things and be a part of it and shop small and support Black-owned businesses.
Thank you so much for your time. Have a good one.